Let's go beat up Mush. That was kind of my problem, where I'm good enough with sort of what we have, and Quake Hammer would be convenient, but it's not really necessary. Like, it's not all that necessary. At the moment, anyway. Okay. And as we play through the pit, we will level up really fucking fast.
Yes. As because due to being Danger Mario, you're already kind of under-leveled.
Exhibition match. Your rank is not affected when you take part in an exhibition. No promoter request.
Prince Mush.
Hey, buddy. I'll beat him off in the Luigi outfit, and then we'll try to go get the freaking Wario emblem.
Imagine if those took points.
Realistically, should have got that before this, but whatever.
The problem is that's random.
I know it's random.
They're like, it's been 10 minutes.
Minutes looking for that.
Though it seems to want to spawn commonly.
Making his triumphant return, it's the Great Gonzalez.
Though it seems like it wants to spawn commonly because I noticed every time you check him, I don't know if the original game did this version, while it is random, he seems to operate in like certain sets. Also, certain things like the Wario emblem that are a one time because, you know, there's only one of them.
Whatever, Prince Mouse.
Once you buy it, it's removed from the rotation, making other things slightly more common. So because you bolt jump
I just like the dumb, silly colors, but I'll rock the green. Bring it on, bitch. Okay. Let's try to invalidate this man's whole career. So when he's jumping side to side, he blocks jump attacks. If he's jumping, but frontal attacks work. If he's jumping up and down, he blocks. Damn it. All right. He flips. When he's jumping side to side like that,
he blocks jumps.
Jumps and frontals work. If he's jumping up and down, jumps work, frontals don't.
So the funny thing is, even in Danger, a, like...
96, attack 6, defense 0.
There is, like, Japanese wordplay pun there, because he technically has 666 in his numbers.
His attack's also still FP, but if I can get him in a proper jumping stance.
That's why he's like, you could, because you don't have, you know, charge equipped to like waste a turn, you could guard, or because
I'm probably going to defend, see what happens. Stat change, good! This, yeah, on. I should have it correct.
If not, it was flipped around.
I'm pretty sure it
But
works.
that's what the redo is for.
Bye! Bye, Prince! Ah! You got me!
I guess you could say. I guess you could say we showed Prince a gold experience, even though I think the song is actually Golden Experience.
Oh, that was easy. So strong! You got me, beat Mario. You could have seen this coming.
I would make other Prince references, but the only songs/albums I remember off the top of my head are Gold Experience and Purple Rain.
Highest caliber.
Though, you know, that's a funny thing. I don't believe JoJo's has used Purple Rain. Mortal Kombat used that joke because the Purple Ninja is Rain, and he's a Prince of a Nation.
30 coins?
Yeah, that should have been 50 or 100.
Should have been like 200! Because of what that boss is actually supposed to do.
Yeah.
He can attack up to like 5 times his attacks drain FP. And near the end, if you do not super guard him, you just can't hurt him.
That's why I said it would probably be best to defend instead of trying to do like 25 damage with the hammer or something. Because if you did,
I know.
If you did enough damage, that might have knocked him into the super guard phase. So that's why I said even if you're playing with danger, like bringing charge into that fight to charge on the first turn isn't okay strategy. Because when he gets when he gets really low HP, the reason his defense
rocking the green for an extra minute was fine enough, but this is probably a video. Now I can try to get that Wario emblem and we can do the pit with that.
Because like of his gimmick being the 6 defense, because that is the most defense in the game. Once he gets to really low HP, I don't remember what the HP threshold is. I think it's around like 20 HP.
It's close to the bottom.
Or so.
He goes into He goes into a defensive stance.
Where you literally
have to super guard, but he loses all defense if you do it. However, Kerchunk.
Yes, however, if you're able to do enough damage before this happens in danger, or with some other setup, or some other ridiculous
I invalidated this man's whole career.
Yes. Oh, there it is.
Ah, yeah. What item do I... Oh, wait, yeah, hold on. So, when you combine the Wario, I just love the Waluigi colors.
Before, like, the Waluigi, maybe do a tiny bit of the pit, like the first 10 floors or something was the Wario, because we technically haven't shown the Wario on its own. So we can at least show all 3 on their own.
Oh, hey, this will be faster. Alright. Hell, I might do 50 as Oreo.
Greed is good. Greed makes you do great things. Gold coins and puppies.
Actually, hold on.
Even if you have to pile drive your enemies to do so.
Okay, alright. We will go to the pit. That was the plan.
Why did Nintendo think the best way to sell their game at the time?
There's just a badge over here I wanted to claim before I forget about it.
I can't remember if this is the guy or if it was a different politician. That ad was the, like, greed is good speech. I believe that is a parody of the speech the guy that was known as the Wolf of Wall Street gave. So Nintendo parodied the Wolf of Wall Street in a ad for Walmart.
I also need to make sure at the moment I do at least, I'm pretty sure my math was correct, a minimum of...
you did 49-49, he had 6 defense.
Oh, damn it.
You did 49-49 to Mush, he had 6 defense. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. You should be fine then.
55 is the minimum. That's what I thought.
You should be...
Whoa! The thing is, once we level up and start equipping extra stuff, I'll go...
Yes.
What?
Once you start getting more points and have no use for things, you could tack on the power pluses or the P up, D down to squeeze that a tiny little bit of extra damage out.
on. Okay, on. So, because we're going into the pit, on. Yeah, I don't have spike shield on. So, for a minute, and I need the multi on. So, for a minute, then on. Spike shield will be good to have early, and then I can start on.
I was going to
For a minute, Mega...
say you might want to take off the Mega Rush.
Mega Rush can go... Well, I have the HP drain. So Mega Rush can go for a minute. And then... we can remove some... I'll remove some luck, so I can have Spike Shield on. Multi-mount. I need to remove... it's literally... I will level up. I need... I'll keep the one lock. And actually...
Because you're going to be mostly hitting things with Quake Hammer, you actually could remove Power Bounce for the first...
No! On.
For the first bit of the pit, because Power Bounce and Multi-Bounce are going to be most...
No! The problem... No, Quake Hammer... On. I like Quake Hammer as a buffer,
I was going to say you use Quake Hammer and Multi-Bounce and don't have Power Bounce because it's single target and you're not going to need it for the first chunk of the pit because you're
That is also true.
You're just going to be multi-targeting things.
Hold on, that's also true. But I also need Flower Saver. Realistically, for a minute...
You could throw the ice power back on.
No. Oh, no, that I need on. What I'm gonna do for just a second... I'm gonna take off 4 of those. I'm gonna put on the other Flower Saver. Alright. There it is. Because I'm going to, like... This Danger Mario run, I'm even a little bit more under-leveled than I was previously, but we'll start leveling up down there. Fast enough to start getting crap back. And then as we sort of power level, it's the reason I like the Quake Hammer. If it comes down to it, that's a far easier thing to do. Just in general.
You also don't you have the hammer upgrade now, so you can...
Yeah. It's a badge. I forget what it is.
Oh, wow.
That's actually useful in a pinch if I need it for partners because Goombella...
Just what I needed.
Rally Wink. Okay. So, very quickly, we will adjust our stats and they'll start going up exponentially faster. And I just need to make sure before the pure bottom, I get back to my minimal. So I gave up some luck and stuff, but...
Like I said, for the first bit of the pit, you really don't need the excessive amount of power
Yes.
and luck. You only start needing that at like 50 and beyond.
But to show what Carson was talking about, because, and it's why I have this set up, Quake Hammer becomes 1, and while the base damage is 2, it just does a fuck ton of...
And that 46 is going to be useful for basically the entirety of the pit, because no...
Well, it's gonna be 46 for like...
It's going to be 46 for a tiny bit. Once you get more badge points, you can start putting...
I can put crap back on.
But my point was, even with other shit, you have... My point was basically, even with other shit, you have that is basically strong enough to one-shot effectively.
No, this low amount of damage is strong enough to pretty much one-shot everything in here.
Yeah. It's literally the thing at the bottom is the problem.
And that will be fixed within 5 minutes. Slowly. Because we will hit a point sort of near the bottom where we start power leveling every couple of floors. And when we power level every couple of floors, we will basically be really good, and I can start mass equipping stuff. Because I will get more BP as we go here. Because no... And the reason you want 2 flower savers is because this becomes 1 as well. And I... Oh, wait.
You don't have Spike Shield.
It's... Whoops. Yeah, I forgot I took that off. Hold on. My bad. It's fine. She can augment... Yeah. I forgot I took that off because I was going to abuse the quick hammer a little bit, but it's fine. I will put that on. It's my bad. But I'm going to heal, and this is a good example of why I was running what I was running. I do 1 damage, and I get 1 flower point, and I get 1 HP point. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I do need Spike Shield.
So just Quake Hammer everything at the start, unless there was a flying enemy in the group.
Alright. Then let's make... Alright, okay. Quake Hammer's good. Yeah, so... Spike Shield is 3. So I could get rid of 3 more attack if I want.
Honestly, for the first few floors, I think...
Yeah, but if I get RNG where there's a spiky guy and a flying guy, I kinda need the Spike Shield. That's the thing. But we will...
You're about to get a level... You're going to get a level up soon anyway.
Yes. I'm a little bit under where I was in Danger Mario in the GameCube version, because I did slightly less.
Because of the way the game works, I think. Now, the problem with this is that the pit has some, like, kind of The pit has some RNG to it, but I think because...
Yeah, this is fine.
Each, like, 10 floors are kind of, sort of, roughly based on the, like, chapter. There was a few extra things here and there, because this will mostly be the first chapter, as shown by fighting the...
I only need the crazy damage for the exact...
I wasn't going to say about the damage. I was saying with Spike Shield, I think, like, because this is mostly based off the first chapter, and because of them being in the sewers, the, like, spinny and spunny and stuff being spiky, those only exist on the first few floors. Once you start fighting the, like, Dual Bones, because this is where you get into the Koopas that were in Hooktail's castle, there should be flying enemies without spiky enemies. I think flying and spiky enemy groups start to only exist around 30 or so, because of what you fall in like chapters 3 and 4 and stuff.
When
'Cause 4 is when
because of how low leveled I am, when we get near the bottom, we're gonna power level to a point where all, like, Quake Hammer's good, but, like, this is still fine.
Yes.
Because
Spike Shield fixes the, spiky
I just forgot I didn't have it on.
Because Spike Shield fixes...
That was me thinking I had it equipped.
Because that fixes the one problem, like I said before, when you basically do this and get into full danger, there are some people that will say, like, Quake Hammer, because it can only hit grounded things, is pointless, and you should just use multi-bounce.
And if you're going to use multi-bounce, even though...
Because you're jumping on everything at that point, you also throw Jumpman in there.
And you could just mix in simplifiers to make the jumping across enemies a little bit easier, because that's, I believe, still fine. It's just the jumping on a single guy.
It's just power bounce, because power bounce is the single most broken skill in the game.
When we get a level up next time, I will probably put power bounce back on immediately to just not forget it. And as we level up, I'm just going to slowly add crap back, because right now I don't need a lot of luck.
Yes.
Because even if I get hit, I'm not going to take that much damage, and we will just adjust as we go. Mover. Level 7. I'll probably...
You could talk to him just to show the dialogue and remove her. You find that I can move you. Oh, you get to choose.
You always get to choose.
No, I was gonna say you get to choose more. I thought you only had one choice in the original.
No. So that would skip to probably
2 on it. It's all 7. 2.
That would have been 9.
But you're trying to get tattles. So.
I'm trying to get tattles, so I don't want to miss stuff. And
now again, because we're at the first.
There's not a lot, but I'm also trying to do what I did on GameCube and probably show all 100 floors. Even though there isn't a lot of stuff. Just to show why Danger Mario is cracked out of his fucking gourd. Because I can just... this is why I like the Quake Hammer. Yeah, but you see, like, that was a good example. The Spike Shield I could have jumped across. And with Simplifier, it's not that hard with just the one. And realistically, if I get 2 Simplifiers near the bottom, I might remove the Quake Hammer in its entirety. But I do like being able to say, fuck you. Because that's hilarious to me. Oh my god! My man! What the hell? I saw other people playing the pit and they ran into him like every other floor.
I guess that's how Nintendo fixed this not having a save function.
Badges. Snoopy Stomp. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what is your opinion on my battle with Prince Mush? Personally, I think that is an incredibly funny showcase of how crazy bullshit Danger Mario can be. Because Prince Mush basically lost in a single turn. I beat him in 2 jumps. Overall, I think his battle is interesting if you fight him legitimately, but if you use Danger Mario, I feel like you can trivialize anything in the game. So even the Prince fell incredibly fast, and I set up in a way to ignore his low HP desperation stuff, since he actually doesn't have an HP threshold. The game does not actually let him survive damage to force you into the super guard phase. Meaning, if you do enough damage to skip it, you beat him without ever seeing that phase. And that phase is cool, if not a bit overtuned. But I beat him without ever seeing it. And he basically didn't get to do anything at all. Which I think is incredibly funny. And I know a couple of videos floated around when the game first came out of people doing similar nonsense just to show off Danger Mario and to show off the charge badge or other attack boosting stuff. Because if you build up enough attack, you can invalidate Prince Mush in one go, basically. So, Danger Mario let me win in a matter of seconds. And I think this was a good showcase of Danger Mario. Don't give me any shit. This is a Danger Mario run. So if you expected me to not use Danger Mario in a Danger Mario run, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. I showed off what Danger Mario can do, and it basically invalidates the fight. So, as far as Danger Mario goes, I think this is a fine showcase. Again, I literally labeled this Danger Mario. So, if you weren't expecting Danger Mario, you obviously didn't read the title. This whole Let's Play was building up to this broken nonsense. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.